This module is all about learning how to trust or reconnect with your gut. Intuition is the super logic that cuts out all the routine processes of thought and leaps straight from the problem to the answer. This comes from Robert Graves. You've heard this many times before, but trusting your gut is not just something people say. Intuition is a very real thing. It's our real inner wisdom and something that we forget about it all too often. Intuition is not just a way of knowing, it is our ability to hold space for uncertainty and our willingness to trust the many ways in which we've developed knowledge and insight, including instinct, faith, and reason. So Brené Brown suggests 2 red flags around dismissing intuition. The first one is when we start calling others for advice. The second one is when we act like a bull in a china shop, where sometimes we are so uncomfortable with trying to make a decision that we just say, screw it, I'll do it. Not knowing is a really uncomfortable space. Sometimes we find ourselves unwilling or unable to sit with this discomfort and just say, yes. And very often this is a lousy decision. We get back to intuition and faith by letting go of the need for uncertainty. Our brain is, simply put, made up of 3 distinct parts. The first part is the primitive brain. So this part of the brain is responsible for automatic functioning such as breathing, heart rate, hunger and reproduction. Its purpose is fundamentally that of physical survival. This is also where the fight-flight responses originate from. Do I need to fight or do I need to get away? We perceive these types of conflicting situations as stress. So in addition to real threats, this stress can result from the fact that the subconscious brain cannot see the difference between reality and imagination. The behaviors of the primitive brain or the reptile brain are largely unconscious and automatic and highly resistant to change. However, we operate approximately 90% of the day from this part of the brain. When there is a perceived sense of threat or danger, adrenaline and cortisol are being released. So this allows us to act incredibly fast and gives us a sense of urgency and energy needed to escape or fight for our survival. The second part of the brain is the limbic brain, responsible for emotions, feelings, and memory foundation. Like the primitive brain, it operates primarily on a subconscious level, and without a sense of time, it is active in situations that arouses fear, anger, frustration, pity. Lastly, our smart brain, or the neocortex, is a thinking part of the brain with its primary purpose being language, reasoning, logic and forward planning. It enables executive decision, purposeful behavior, and allows us to see ahead and plan for the future. However, it's also the place where our inner critic is activated. The muscle we need to develop is being able to shift from our primitive brain when there's a perceived sense of threat, and I stress the word perceived sense of threat or danger or conflict, and shift to our neocortex brain. This requires practice as the primitive brain functions much faster than the neocortex brain. That's why we always say that we need to breathe in deeply in and out before responding to a situation we perceive as a conflict or threat. It takes approximately 8 seconds in times of high stress to get our automatic brain, our subconscious mind, to our neocortex, our conscious mind, and slow breathing gives us a time to make this transition. The ability to create and hold space while being able to stay in the unknown, uncertainty and imperfection of the moment requires practice. However, trusting we have the inner wisdom at any time and moment to be able to tackle any problem thrown at us only takes a second. I invite you to work through the following action points. In moments of crisis, do you flee, freeze or fight? Because we all react in one of these 3 ways. So in which way do you react? So create awareness around those problems where you seek advice from others. And what are you really feeling uncomfortable about? And how are you reacting to this feeling? Is it serving you? Is it serving others? If not, what are your choices going forward? What can you commit to daily to re-engage your neocortex? So it could be meditation, yoga, prayer, gratitude, chess, fun, learning something new. There's so many ways of re-engaging the neocortex. That's it for today. I trust that you are learning new things about yourself and that you can really feel something happening. Please send this link to someone or anyone that you feel will be able to benefit from the insights you have found here. Next time we will explore creativity and the importance of letting go of comparison.